Hey guys, good evening from beautiful sunny Mazatlán, where it was beautiful and sunny today. It was like 26 degrees. I don't know what that is. It's around 78. God, it was a nice breeze blowing. Perfect. And I left the house. Like, it was so nice this morning. I had to get up. I left the house at 6 a.m. Took my camera. Didn't make a video, but I took a bunch of photos. You'll probably see them soon enough. And wandered around, sat on the Malecon, sat in the Plazuela Machado. Just, awesome. It's what I love about living in Mazatlan. And then I went down to Edgar's Bar around noon, the middle of the afternoon for me, because I get up at 4, and went down there, had a couple beer, and this couple walks in off the street. They're actually off the cruise ship, and they're young people. I believe she told me she was 48, 47, and they're really kind of thinking about retirement and where they'd like to go, and I think Mazatlan's high on their list. Anyway, they're really nice people, and they're from Idaho. And I've never been to Idaho. It's one of the few states I've never visited, but I'd like to go there. It sounds beautiful. Mountains, potatoes, what's not to like? So, anyway, talked to them for a little while. And the funny thing was, I got talking to them because they come in the bar. There wasn't very many people in there, 3 or 4 people in there. And they come in, and she says, "Oh my God, it's hot." And hot. I still had a freaking jacket on. So that part was fun. So, talked to them. That was fun. Later on in the afternoon, I went over and I saw my friend Linda, who's one of my best friends. Gosh, she's a nice lady. She's from South Dakota. Excuse me, been living here 20 years. I had a lot of fun. Her friend Anna, JJ, oh my God, we sat at Chilios and just a great afternoon. But, gotta tell you, I've been having some issues with people. Stupid. Did I say that out loud? People. And, anyway, I think I told you, I ran out about manners in my last video where people say, "Where are you going? What are you doing today? What are you doing?" "Oh, well, I think I'll go to Edgar's around 2, and then maybe I'll go up to the Olympia after that." And they don't even give you the courtesy of an answer. Boy, I see that as a complete lack of manners. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you think down in the comments section below. What? God damn. So, anyway, thinking about that today, when I mentioned that I find that particularly annoying to the individual involved, he said, "Oh, I'm getting tired of coming here and all your repetitive stories about air traffic control." Bloody hell, I've been out of the job for 20 years. I rarely mention, I do mention from time to time that that's what I used to do, but I never tell stories about the job, like ever. And so today I'm going to break that habit. I'm going to tell you one. I was working in Gander, Newfoundland one night. Get your Google Maps out. Look at where Gander, Newfoundland is. Right smack in the center of Newfoundland. Pretty extreme East Coast Canada. I worked there for 6 years. And Gander controls the North Atlantic traffic that goes between Europe and North America. I was working there one night. It was late at night. It was like, I don't know, midnight, 1, 2, it was late at night. And the flow is going over to Europe. And that's the way that flow works. They all go to Europe in the nighttime, and they all come back in the daytime. Same goddamn airplanes, different crews. And hundreds of aircraft. We do it without radar. It's because we're smart guys. We know how to do it. And I'm talking to an aircraft. I'm not going to tell you what company it was, but he had an accent like, Gander, could we please have direct Gander? I thought he was fucked up. Because when you come out the eastern seaboard, you pass over New York, Boston, Halifax, Cape Breton Island, an island at the northern tip of Nova Scotia. Then you hit Newfoundland. And he was sent over St. John's, Newfoundland. And for him, he was 50 miles east, 50 miles past St. John's, Newfoundland, when he said, can I have direct gander? I'm thinking, what? Are you sure you want direct gander? Because I'm thinking maybe he's thinking he just progressed Sydney and he'd like to have a different track, a different route, different. I said, you sure it's direct gander you want? He said, affirmative. I said, do you have a problem? Affirmative. I said, what's the nature of that problem? He said, we have a fire on board the aircraft. Pardon my French, but fuck me. You talk about get your attention at 1 o'clock in the morning. Jesus. He said, I want direct gander. He couldn't go into St. John's. He's right over the airport. They got a relatively major airport. You can land a 747 there because it was what they call walks off, which is an abbreviation for indefinite ceiling, zero and fog. Zero, you can't see anything. It's fog and rock solid. So he had to come back to Gander. And I pointed him directly at Gander immediately and hollered down at a low-level guy who was asleep in a sleeping bag because nothing goes on over Newfoundland in the middle of the night. Dougie, I need lower. See this guy? And you can click on the radar and make him flash. I need lower. He just immediately gave me 5,000 because I only owned down to 29,000, or I did at the time. And got him going. The longest 22 minutes of my life. So, these guys, oh my God, people here in Mazatlan. I had one the other night. He was telling me he finds my repetitive stories about air traffic control boring. I rarely talk about the occupation or what happened. I mean, I almost make a point of never speaking of it. He's the same guy that I complained about the other night that can't make a decision about whether or not you're going to the bar. Like, what are you doing today? Well, I'm going to go down to Edgar's around 2, and then I'll go up to Olympia. And you don't even get a fucking answer. I find that rude. I don't know. Tell me in the comments section below if you find that rude. If you ask somebody what they're doing and they tell you, I think you should probably acknowledge the transmission. Call me crazy. So anyway, when I objected to that, I said, Jesus, you didn't even tell me what you're doing. Really? Oh yeah, I find your repetitive stories about air traffic control boring because we all know how many people were oceanic air traffic controllers, and you hear those stories all the freaking time. So, anyway, I've been shaking my head about this one for a day. It's like, honest to God. So, neither here nor there. Just, I get so fed up with that crap. Honest to God. Really? Really? That's what you feel about what I tell you? And so the last time I had seen him was in a bar called the Olympia. You probably heard me mention it. And he was talking about another friend we have, a mutual friend, who's going through a divorce. He said, "Oh my God, when I saw him, all he wanted to do was talk about the divorce. That's so boring." I said, "Well, I think that may be in the front of his mind because those things are pretty stressful." Jesus Christ. What's wrong with people? You just want to... Oh, so anyway, that's my, not really a rant, just my story for today. Life's good here in Mazatlan. I'm happy. I don't give a shit. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. And that's about it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.